Hey everyone, Carpo. I wanted to tell you all about this great, awesome news article that I read and I had to get involved with. This morning I was, looking through my subscriptions, and I think it was RT, and they were talking about how, I'll read you the article here, or at least part of it, so I can kind of explain where I'm coming from first off. Atheist charity raises over $100,000 for Oklahoma tornado survivor, okay? Atheists Unite, a campaign started by atheist comedian Doug Stanhope, has just raised $100,000 and counting for Rebecca Vitzmoon's family, a victim of the Moore, Oklahoma tornado, made famous by an interview with CNN's Wolf Blitzer, in which he inadvertently caused her to reveal her atheism. The amount reached is awe-inspiring because it is twice the amount of the original target of $50,000. And while the campaign was originally set for 60 days, the target was reached in 17 hours, and $100,000 was reached with 56 days left. There are so far over 3,500 donors, meaning the average contribution is less than $30, which makes that $100,000 all the more amazing. Now, it goes on to talk about how the atheist community are great contributors, and now, first off, I'm not religious and I'm not atheist, and this video is my interpretation of that event. What I think it means and why it happened. I think that it was a PR campaign by the atheist community to try to stand out and say, hey, look what we can do, just like the religious community does. And the atheist community, I'm sure, would probably agree with that. Although, when I made comments on the original video that I watched, there were some heated people that, had totally different views. Now, that's natural. But I seem to get the old, people will jump down someone's throat. If anyone, says anything against atheism, they tend to assume you're religious, which isn't always the case at all. And even if a person is religious, they're not necessarily secular or, extremely, well, you can look at it a lot of different ways, but there are too many different people to assume that each person is the same way. And I think that atheists have this image of the Christian community, let's say, that they are persecuting atheists. And I hear that a lot, and I don't understand it because I don't see it's true. I see atheists persecuting Christians more often, or just as often, I should say. I mean, there are plenty of arguments back and forth. The ultimate discussion comes down to why did they do it? Why would you raise so much money? And I found it to be almost offensive. At first I thought, cool, that's great that they're doing that, because that does show a part of that the atheist community and society can contribute, and that's great. But why is there an atheist community? That's my whole point of view. Why is there an atheist community at all? And atheism is lack of belief in a God. So why would you even develop a community or have to, create these things to prove a point? And I think that, in my personal opinion, it would have been a larger impact if, say, the atheist community got together and gave $100,000 to a Christian. That sounds stupid maybe to some, but, by that very action, the way I saw that, and my instant gut feeling about it was, they raised $100,000 for another atheist just because she said on the news she was an atheist. So that's not objective atheism. That's pushing your belief. That's trying to get your exposure out there, in my opinion. It's like, okay, this is encouraging other people to do the same. So that's just my view on it. I'm wondering what others think, but I think that it was a PR campaign by the atheist community, and I don't understand why they would raise $100,000 for one person when they could help a whole community. So I understand that atheism and the point of atheists, that they get angry at Christians because secular Christians are hardcore. Well, so are secular atheists. And I'm not going to go as far as to say, atheism is like a religion, because this goes back and forth all the time. Mostly I'm confronted when I talk with atheists by them thinking I'm religious, and when I say I'm not, well, then they explain their situation, their standpoint, where they believe that science is the be-all, end-all, and that most Christians are just ignorant, they're just not aware. And it's just not the case at all. And of course, this isn't just Christians. This is, Catholics, Muslims, every denomination, even Buddhists and Hindus, everyone. The point being that we all have to live together, and this is the way it is. So if atheism has to create a community, and that's what they have to do, that's fine. I just want to hear more of them admit that that's necessary. That just like Christians get together in church, atheists develop a community. You'll see the same atheists on the same websites. They'll go to Christians, you can go to an atheist page sometimes, if someone's making a comment, you'll look and you'll see that they've been visiting Christian pages for like months making comments. Why would a person be so interested in someone else's belief system unless they're either A, angry with that religion, which is understandable sometimes. It could be either because they were fooled as a kid and they believed it for a while and then they feel suckered, or it could be because they were persecuted somehow or see what religion has done to the world, not realizing the truth behind it, which is that religion is not what religion has done to the world. It's what those in charge have used religion for. It's a tool to control the masses and a tool to create wars based on false gods and false beliefs and ideals and claiming that God's out for blood. And I understand that view, so I understand where atheists are coming from. You're angry. I get it. We all are angry, and that's just the problem. Is this world has a lot of issues to contend with, and by raising money for one atheist like that, all it does to me is just shows that atheism is putting itself on the back burner and setting itself back 20, 30 years by doing exactly what they have a problem with. Which I've heard so many complain about how Christians only have Christians will only have Christians. Then the atheists all go help an atheist. And I don't understand the reasoning behind it. So to each their own, and I understand the intention was probably good, and that's great. And I'm glad that people are helping people. That's all that really matters in the end to me, is that people are caring and helping other people. But it gets irritating when so few will come forward and say, yeah, I'm an atheist, and yeah, I need some reinforcement and a community of people that are like-minded. And yes, we like to be recognized as a group, instead of trying to pretend like you're just an individual who doesn't care one way or another, because it seems like a lot more atheists care than they care to admit. And that's my interpretation, and I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who do not fit that, and I'm just speaking about the ones who are. So, peace and love to everybody, and hope you're all doing well on this fine, rainy-ass day.